And we have one appointment for this evening, which is Regional Councillor Bruce Timms on a motion that's appearing before City Council tonight regarding governance models for Niagara. Councillor Timms. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Worship. My first opportunity to speak to Council this term. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to Councillor Secord's motion. It is the policy of this Council that regional councillors may speak to City Council by appointment only, like any other citizen. So I made this appointment having heard Councillor Secord's notice of motion while attending this Council last year. This is a motion for a staff report on best practices of municipal governance around the province and to report back to Council with options for consideration. I speak in the support of this motion, and I would ask Council and the Councillor Secord to request staff advice on a procedure and forum for City Councillors to discuss this subject with the City's regional councillors before presenting options, before staff presents options for consideration. We have a good mixture of regional councillors for this discussion this term, and their opinions will be valued, I'm sure. We have some councillors that have served on both city and region, Councillors Height and Katzman, and former Mayor Rigby, and some new councillors, Councillors Caslin and Petrowski, that have not served on City Council or Regional Council and will come with fresh eyes. And I guess I stand as a veteran, 20 years at Regional Council, and I have been through several regional reform debates over the years. And I can tell you that I've learned a lot about Niagara and the 12 municipal councils around the region, and my opinion on governance has evolved over time. The motion tonight calls for staff to research best practices around the province and present options. And I agree that it is a good first step in a process many hope will lead to reform by the next election in 2014. This council has already supported a motion from former Councillor Andy Gill supporting direct election of regional chair. And there seems to be a broad consensus in the community for election of a regional chair by all the voters in the region. So I spoke at that time in support of electing the regional chair at large, and I did at that time discuss that this was probably not enough. We needed more reform, and we need to do more. We need to integrate regional council with the city councils around the region, like they do in the Halton region. There are similar practices in Durham region, York, and Peel, all regions with several cities and towns with their own local councils. And the regional councillors in those areas are city councillors first and do double duty at regional council as a team of city councillors working together with councillors from other cities in the region on the common issues at a common table. And I think that is a good governance practice, and one of the options I hope staff will present. So I support the motion to look at best practices around the province, and we have done similar work at the region in the past, and I have provided or will provide to the clerk, though I'm sure he would have done this on his own without my assistance, but I have provided copies of several reports and research done by Regional Council in the past over the last 40 years. There's the Mayo report from 1964, which helped establish the region. There's the Archer report from 1976, which I think gave St. Catharines one more seat than originally proposed. The Kitchen report in 1989. The Berkeley report in 2000, Good Governance for the Future, and most recently at the region was the Hollick report in August of 2002, entitled Reshaping the Council of Regional Niagara. And the Hollick report is the most recent and subtitled An Examination for Alternative Approaches to Alter Composition and Method of Election of Councillors and the Regional Chair. And it's very helpful in outlining the legislative process to adopt and implement change based on the new Municipalities Act of 2003. Now, there may have been some legislative change since then, and I'm sure staff will let you know about that in their report. But this report does examine several options and does look at the double-duty city councillor option. They call it double direct election, and this is something St. Catharines did look at back in, I think, 2003, 4, and 2005, I think this council voted on a change and decided not to make that particular change at that time. But I trust these reports will be shared with council and will be part of the context of the report that Councillor Secor's motion requests. The Regional Clerk's Office also has some extensive research on other regional governments in the province. It is very current information, and I'm sure they would happily share it with this council and any other Niagara city that wants to look at it. I prefer the Halton Region model as it eliminates the structural and political separation between the City Council and Regional Council, and it will eliminate 18 elected positions across the region, and it will integrate the City and Town Councils of Niagara into one team